So I could do that. Sure, I think I will here, and that gives me like an excuse to ramble. So when it comes to the computer situation, I know I've kind of gone over a bit before, but like full in depth here. A few days ago, there was already like the kick in the shin of Twitch is getting ruffled. That's what it is. The kick in the shin of like, hey, Twitch isn't keeping your VODs long term anymore, past a certain amount. So just get them on other platforms, or else we're automatically deleting them. Pokemon live in the wild are called wild Pokemon. Wild Pokemon have an affinity for a certain warrior will be indicated by that or that mark above their heads. Those with an especially strong affinity will be indicated by that mark. Try and find the perfect partner for every one of your warriors. Move adjacent to a wild Pokemon, you will be able to select Link. So, can I see, like... So that's like a silver thing there. On both of those. Looks like silver there, too. Bronze. So can't do all that well. I'll find out as I get closer here. So that already sucked, and I'd already been keeping busy, like, with that kind of stuff of exporting a whole bunch of things. This might help matters. And then yesterday when I was trying to stream Binding Blade, Fire Emblem Binding Blade, I had started stream. I was streaming for about 5 minutes, and then the moment I tried to turn on display capture, it just froze my computer in the same way as at HalloLAN. So at HalloLAN last year, the November LAN party that I went to, I guess there's 2 November LAN parties that I go to because, like, Extra Life as well. Here, go ahead and wait, and I think that shoots me over to the other side. Yep, using jump ramp. It happened a whole lot there, where I was streaming, and then my computer would just, like, die, essentially. It would freeze, and the only way to get input back would be to full-on, like, hard reset the computer. It happened constantly at HalloLAN, and I lost a bunch of my stream stuff because of that, because it kept on freezing like that. Like, it was really annoying and painful. And I figured when I got home I would have to like troubleshoot that, figure out what's going wrong with it. And I got home and the same issue just never came up again, and I still have no idea like what was causing it or anything. So I was like, oh well, I guess it's solved now. It's just the curse of HalloLAN. And then it happened a couple times at JanLAN in January, and I was very confused, like, oh, I guess this is still going on. Why is it only happening at LANs? Like, what the hell? I was just extremely confused. It happened a couple times, but not as much. And I thought that maybe it was only happening when OBS was open. And I thought that maybe OBS was getting overloaded in some way, and I started deleting like some of my fluff sources and scenes that I hadn't used in a long time, and that seemed to decrease. Yeah, maybe I was. That seemed to decrease the chances of it happening because it wasn't happening quite as much. So maybe that had an effect there or something. Here, come on, let's go ahead and do this here. So hitting 4 times, I guess. But that seemed to help matters, and then I hadn't run into that issue for a decent while. Until yesterday, when I ran into it once where it froze, and I was like, oh my god, this again. I'm surprised that this is happening, but like, hey, I'll just hard reboot, and then I'll just start the stream right back up again. So I had hard reset it, and then when I got back, I logged into my computer with, like usual, just the one user profile that's on here. And I, here, maybe I'll jump down that way or something here. And after it logged me in, it treated me as if it was like a new profile. Like I logged in with my profile, as always, and Windows gave me a little pop-up saying, like, hey, we couldn't retrieve your profile information. Log out and log back in and it'll fix it. So all my icons were like rearranged based around like the top left corner. I would open OBS and it'd be like, welcome to OBS Studio. You can create a new scene by doing this and that, and like open Discord and ask me to log in. Like it just counted me as like a new user on the same PC. So like all my apps and stuff were there, but it counted me as a new user, and I wasn't entirely sure why that was going on there. So I was like, well, let's try logging out and logging back in and seeing if that fixes it. So I logged out, I logged back in, it didn't fix it, it didn't even give me that pop-up anymore about saying that it wasn't able to, like, properly pull my data. Here, then I go ahead and I do this. So then I hard rebooted my computer. And then I logged in, and once again, it didn't work. Like, it just counted me as, even though I was logging into my same profile, it was treating it like it was a new file. So then I did some research about what I could do, and I found out that I could do, like, a system restore that essentially restored it to a previous point. Like, I didn't have, like, a full backup of my PC made or anything, but just restores it in terms of, like, all the things that have been installed, like, between now and then, will get uninstalled, and all the things that have been, like, all the things that have been installed in that time would get uninstalled, and all the things that had been uninstalled would be, like, reinstalled, like, truly returning it to that state in terms of, like, the things that are installed on Windows and, like, Windows updates and stuff like that is what it would revert. So I looked at the most recent instance that was available on System Restore, and the most recent instance was February 14th, so about a week ago, and I was like, alright, well, let's restore that then. So I tried to restore it, and it seemed like it worked, actually. It restored it to that previous point. I logged in, and, like, all my stuff was there. It successfully logged me in on, like, that profile. It was working. I was like, oh, great. I guess now I'll start up stream. Just taking a little bit longer than expected. Melee. And then I opened MGBA for, like, Fire Emblem Binding Blade. I opened Discord. I opened OBS. And the moment I tried to, I think it was the moment that I tried to switch scenes, or maybe it was just the moment OBS opened, it completely froze again in the same way. I was like, well, I guess I'm dealing with this again. And I hard rebooted my computer, because that was the only way to, like, unfreeze it when it was in that frozen state, as I learned from Janlan and HaloLan and the like. And when I rebooted it, it could not boot properly at all anymore. Like, it would just come up with the Windows has run into an error and, like, could not boot properly. Like, I can show here with the Edge Discord, you fought excellently. I cannot compete. Like, Edge Discord, let's see here. With the this. I think I was putting in broadcast with the this. So, my entire computer has ceased functioning. Windows appears to have reset itself. All my stream stuff is suddenly gone. That's what I was saying when it treated me as, like, a new profile. And then I found out with, like, the Windows Restore, so I started doing that, and it seemed like it was working. And then every time from there, it would just come up with this. Your device ran into a problem, needs a restart. We'll restart for you. And then it would try to automatically repair, and it would say, automatic repair couldn't repair your PC. Press advanced options to try that. And it would basically be like, would you like to try these troubleshooting steps, or would you like to reset your PC? So I tried all the troubleshooting things that I could try first. I went through a decent bit of it with Mythic the other day. Like, we were discussing a decent bit of stuff here, going through, like, CMD and, like, different things that were running there, so, you know, appreciate Mythic, like, going through some stuff here with me. And, I tried to essentially just update Windows. Like, that install of Windows seemed to be truly cursed. So, I made a Windows bootable USB and plugged it in, and tried to just do the thing where it upgraded, so it kept my files intact. It wouldn't delete anything. The upgrade option isn't available if you start your computer using Windows installation media. If a copy of Windows is already installed on this computer and you want to upgrade, remove the installation media and restart your computer. After Windows is started normally, insert the installation media and run Windows setup. Yeah, the reason why I had this open and I was trying to upgrade is because it couldn't boot normally. But it's like, yeah, if you're trying to do this, if Windows is already on here, yeah, just boot it normally and then go through this process forehead. And it's like, are you shitting me? So that was, not fun there. I love technology, man. I know, right? So, I was not super impressed about that. I tried to just do, like, a, like, restoration thingamabob, the software restore, whatever the heck it's called there, like I did before, and seemed to briefly work successfully, because that was a thing that I could access from, like, little fruit fly, little fungus gnat technically, but I say fruit fly and people actually know what I'm referring to. Let's see here. So I need to go ahead and bug bite you now. I tried to do the system restore, that's what it's called, again from there. But all of a sudden, it told me that, like, my C drive didn't have, like, a setting enabled that made it possible to do that. So it blocked me out from letting me do a system restore, even though it showed all these different restore points possible, like February 14th, February 20th, all these different versions. I'm in awe of your talent. I cannot compete with you. It's Saizo from the hit game Fire Emblem Fates. Even though it showed me all those restore points I had, it did not actually let me use any of them. So I tried seeing what I could do to try and make it possible to do a system restore on the C drive. So I tried using CMD with, like, instructions online that should, like, make it possible to do a system restore there. That didn't make it possible. I tried going to the registry editor and added a file that wasn't there that would say, yes, this should be editable. Where it was like, either set the value to 0 if it's already there, or if it's not there, make the file and set its value to 0, and that's what I did. It still wasn't editable, so it didn't let me do a system restore. So then I tried doing, like, outside of the Windows USB, I tried just from, like, the troubleshooting thing to do, like, the Windows reinstall in that troubleshooting menu, where I would try upgrading, where it's like, keep my files intact. From this PC, ran into an issue and couldn't do it. Like, we give up. Alright, then try it from the cloud. Could not collect to the cloud. We give up. Not doing it. Like, it was just impossible to get into my computer. Anyone have a gold thing here? No, not really? Well, then I'm not gonna bother getting either of these guys. I'm just gonna, like, take them out, I think, here. Let's get these gifts really quickly. Here, I may as well attack. Oh, I'm linking. Oh, that's not actually what I wanted to do. I thought I was ending turn. I tried to do the bottom one, and then I was like, oh, I'm doing a direction thing, so I guess I'm ending turn, and now I'm linking. We're gonna Pokemon warm to each other a little. Better time when you press the button, the closer the warrior and then will become. It doesn't matter here. So it's a... Sure, this guy's gonna get a Joltik just for shits and giggles here or something. Or maybe not. Looks like Terremoto and Joltik are much closer now. It's not that important there. We have Sizo. Now where's Kyle? That's the real question here. My other dudes can get those other ones next turn. I see the gold there and think that it's gonna be like a gold link, but I see here that's a silvery looking one. So I don't trust that, so I'm not getting a Shinx, I don't think. Celebrate, move again. Let's go ahead and get this gift. So yeah, literally nothing was working. Wisdom Orb! So I was like, oh my god, I do just have to do like a fresh Windows install and to access anything on here. So I'm gonna need to like back up all my files, because while my files are on like my other drive, my C drive is mostly for like game installs and software and stuff like that. There's still things on it like my scenes, all this stuff, you know? All these scenes I have set up on OBS. So I kind of wanted to have that. There's this fungus gnat that keeps flying in my face. I very much wanted to have that, so I wanted to back things up. Luxray isn't even good in this game. Luxio's better because Luxray's move is Thunder, which misses all the time and has awkward range. Oh. Can I now, like... No, I did that earlier. Okay. Oh, it's a new turn. I thought that I got, like, some weird Gale Force again for a sec there. Here, do this. Get some gold and stuff. So, I made a USB that was bootable for Linux. And the nice thing about those is that you can just, like, boot into it but not have it installed. So that's what I did. So I used Linux to access my files. And I could have just, like, truly installed Linux and known that it would have worked from there, but then I have to, like, reinstall my software and do a bunch of things over anyway. And I don't really feel like learning a new OS, quite frankly. But, you know, doing the very basic stuff like moving files was, like, pretty easy to figure out how to do. So I just did that, and over the course of, like, a 2-hour transfer, I transferred the contents of my entire C drive to another one of my drives to have, like, a backup there. And then I figured this morning, after I got up in the morning and the transfer was done, I figured, like, hey, now it's time to, like, try and reset Windows here. It could not do it from, like, the machine itself. I did need a bootable USB, so I just put that in there. I had it wipe the C drive and do, like, the fresh install. And when it installed Windows, it's the version that I'm on right now, and at first, it could only recognize one monitor. I would try to duplicate the display, and it would say, no other display is detected. Combined with other items to create new items. And it couldn't connect to the internet! So, like, I was going through, like, the settings of, like, welcome to Windows, now select a network, and just nothing showed up. It was just blank there, and I was like, So I would click, like, I'm not on a network, and then I would get to, like, the end of the steps, and then it would keep on redirecting me to, like, select a network that wasn't there, and I thought I was in a loop. And I don't remember what I did to, like, get out of that and get to Windows, but eventually I did. But when I would go down to the internet settings, it was a living hell. When I went down to the internet settings, it wouldn't show networks. I would click on the network button, and it would just show airplane mode off, which wasn't even interactable. There was no option for networks. There was no thing to select. I'm plugged into Ethernet here, and there was no option to select that. And I was stuck on, like, a single monitor. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? So I reached out to my cousin, Riley's owner here, saying, like, I'm sorry to bother you while you're on vacation, but, any idea with, like, my PC here? Like, when you're back, would you be able to have a look at my computer? Like, would you have any idea how to, like, restore to this previous version, / like, I was able, when I got to here, able to set the C drive to be able to have, like, restore points used. But now on this Windows install, of course, there's no restore drives because I only started using it earlier today. So, of course, there's no restore points. But now that I've said, like, C drive, you can be restored, I figured maybe then I could be booted into Windows old folder, which, like, I found out after it created this new install that it put, like, my old Windows install into windows.old folder, so I didn't even need to make, like, my initial backup, and also my initial backup doesn't even work anyway, it turns out, because when I try to go into it, it's in this, no, it's not in that drive there, it's in this one here, this C drive backup, I believe. I double click that, and it tells me, location is not available. C drive backup is unavailable. If the location is on this PC, please make sure the device or drive is connected or the disk is inserted, then try again. If the location is on a network, make sure you're connected to the network or internet, then try again. If the location still can't be found, it might have been moved or deleted. So it's a good thing that when it did this install, it did like a backup anyway with Windows.old. Because like the actual backup that I made on Linux, turns out I can't even use it. So I've been slowly transferring stuff from Windows old to Windows. And I want to like transfer all of this to like one of my hard drives, but that's going to take like several hours of transferring to like actually make space on this to download things again. Because there's in theory downloads on here like my 160 gigabyte Assassin's Creed Valhalla that I had downloaded because one of the playthroughs ongoing right now that I'm going to have to like sort through a bunch of stuff and delete these because I'm probably gonna have to do like a fresh install because there's no way I just move the files over and then they work like that. If only it were so easy. So thank you, I shall serve you from the shadows. So been transferring some stuff over here. Over the next few days I'm gonna have to be like doing quite a bit of an inventory and seeing what else I can recover, like what other software settings and stuff. Let's see here, where am I gonna get you guys to screw off to? Which castle would you like to deploy Saizo? Sure, go here, very much obliged to you, I shall gladly join your cause. Which castle would you like to deploy? This dudo, there we go. I did the thingamabob. Always have not been delegated their tasks have completed their turns, proceed next month. Yeah, I will here in a sec. Actually, not right now, then I can keep on rambling here in a moment. I guess we'll get our 2 dudos to appear. But whatever happens. Yeah, they're not doing anything. So, yeah, I thought that now that I had told with this OS here, this is rare. My dad is texting me to turn down my volume a little bit. That has not happened in a very, very long time. I didn't even think that I was being that loud. And there's soundproofing in the in the ceiling up here is the case. And wait, from the spare bedroom? Why is he in the spare bedroom and not like the normal bedroom? Like it is about to be midnight, and apparently he's in the spare bedroom doing something and doesn't want to hear me while he's in there. He wouldn't be sleeping in there. Okay, well, that's just one of those things where I don't question it. I just accept, Lady Harm, there's someone here to see you. What is it? Ah, Harm. I'm sorry to turn up out of the blue like this, but I'd like to ask you a favor. From what I've seen, the Pokemon really seem to take a shine to you, so I think I'd find it easier to meet some on my travels if I were with you. I guess what I'm trying to say is, would you let me join your army? Oh, and it's not just me, actually. I have a friend who feels the same way. Harm, I've seen you fight. You're good. And Ransei is under threat from this dark wave of evil. I want to watch you resist against it, firsthand. Big stretch and groan from the Doogie for a sec there. Lady Harm, these are 2 of Ransei's most famous warriors. This is a real endorsement of your leadership. Oh, Chica Motonari, now your allies! Heck yeah. I've been deployed in Aurora. Okay, well, I'll figure out adding them here in a hot second, is what I'll end up doing. So, yeah, I was able to, from, like, this new install of Windows, successfully tell this drive, hey, you should allow a system restore to be done. And it allowed me to do system restores, just there's no system to restore on this OS because that would be like the Windows old folder now that I have to boot in to get that. But I could not for the life of me figure out how to like boot into Windows old anymore. Like there wouldn't be like any options in my BIOS or like on startup. And, like, I'm sure if I booted into Windows old, it would just bring me to, like, ran into an issue where you, like, troubleshoot it thing. But then I thought maybe I could do a system restore from there. But, I don't think your Kofiak is very happy with this outcome of getting these 2 Dudos. Yep, no doubt about that. So, yeah, I reached out to my cousin and thought, like, hey, do you think that there's a way that you could figure out, like, booting into the other OS and, like, perform a system restore from there? Or would you be able to figure out, like, the whole multiple monitors thing and, like, my network and stuff? The game's going pretty alright, though. The computer situation, not so much today. And he seemed to be of the opinion that it sounds like my original OS was just very much rather screwed there, considering, like, how it was breaking more and more until it, like, ultimately broke the way that it did. So, it seems like my OS install that I had before might have just been a little bit cursed. And he thought that, like, maybe it was some bug that had been, like, causing problems for a while. Something trying to sneak in, like, some major virus or, like, ransomware or something that was just, like, completely destroying my computer. And I don't know if it was something like that, but, you know, I didn't see a prompt or anything like that if that was the case. So I was like, alright, well, for now I'll just try installing drivers on a USB stick on, like, my laptop here, and then put that into my desktop and see if installing network drivers work. And then if at least I get the internet working, then I can install other drivers directly onto this PC. So that's what I did. I tracked down the right drivers I needed. I needed to figure out what my exact motherboard was I have in this machine again, because it turns out there's a lot of very, very similarly named MSI motherboards. So I got the drivers for the one I needed, put them on this USB stick, shove it in my desktop, install the drivers that I needed, and what do you know, the internet got working. Like, it was able to recognize the LAN immediately, and then shortly after, a little MSI pop-up came up saying, like, hey, you need, like, some drivers, you want to install them? I was like, yeah, and I was just able to select on the checklist, like, the different drivers. I installed them, the other monitors, like, immediately flashed to life, so that fixed it. But now I am in the situation of I gotta, like, reinstall all my crap and figure out what I can recover, and that's gonna be keeping me busy for, like, the next while. So the past couple days have been bashing my head against this whole computer issue, which at least it's solved now in the sense that I can use my computer, but I have a lot of stuff that I need to, like, restore, re-download, because this is just like a fresh install of Windows that I'm streaming this off of right now, that just downloaded the bare basics that I needed to stream. So yeah, it's been an interesting past couple days in terms of stuff with this computer here. We just got a professor and edgy shirtless musician into our army, so pretty good. Still hunting down specific mods, so trying to get some specific stuff there. Almost caught up to you, so you're probably around, like, this point-ish. But yeah, this on top of having to deal with trying to recover 10,000 hours of content. Yes. So, I mean, if I go to, like, my video producer here or something, like, content video producer, and I open this up over here, what the heck is it doing here? So yeah, this is another thing that cropped up just a few days ago. Over storage limit. We'll be implementing a 100-hour storage limit across highlights and uploads starting April 19th, 2025. You are currently over the 100-hour limit and cannot create new highlights or upload content until you delete old highlights or uploads to create free space. Please take action and manage your highlights and uploads before April 19th, 2025 to avoid losing any content. Learn more about why we're making this change, how to download and export videos you want to save, and what happens to content over the limit after April 19th below. Yeah, it's going away. So yeah, it won't let me make any highlights here, and it won't even let me scroll. It is very broken right now. What the heck? Why won't it let me scroll? Refresh page. Okay. It still won't let me scroll. Wow, Twitch is, like, super broken. I can't even scroll like this. Wow, alright. Well, we can't look at my different videos here. So, yeah, Twitch is like, hey, we're kind of tired of, like, paying for all that storage of, like, people storing their old videos and stuff like that on our platform. We don't even want to try competing with YouTube, and we don't care about, like, all the people in communities like speedrunning that this is going to completely screw. So, yeah, if you're going over, like, the limit of how much we're going to allow you to store, then you better delete it by that time, or we're going to, like, automatically delete stuff for you until you're under the limit, and we're going to prioritize deleting the stuff with the lowest views first, because they want to keep the stuff with the higher views, because they think that that'll make, like, some more revenue for them and stuff, so may as well prioritize the stuff with the highest views. But, yeah. So now I have until April 19th to sort out 10,000 hours of stream content over the past 6 years if I want to keep on having my full streams. Like, all my content is still made, like, into parts. Almost all my content, not all of it. Some of it is, like, exclusive on Twitch. Here's some more, like, niche side stuff. But all my playthrough content is made into parts and on YouTube. So, at least, like, it's preserved in that sense. But I do very, very much like having, like, the full original uncut streams to, like, preserve them. Be able to look back on for, like, yeah, this was, like, the exact context. This is how everything went in, like, one straight shot, you know? I like having that. So I've started slowly exporting, like, all my streams over time to YouTube, bit by bit, and creating, like, my unlisted YouTube playlists that have, like, all just the unlisted, uncut stream content, essentially, of just the full streams of various different series. But I can only do so much of that in a day because there is a limit of, like, 100 uploads per day to YouTube. Turns out there's also a custom thumbnail limit that I don't know what it is, but I hit it at some point when I was working on some stuff that I exported, where I tried to set a thumbnail for one of my videos, and it was like, you've hit your custom thumbnail limit for the day, and I was like, oh, okay, YouTube. So now I'm trying to, like, see what I can do to chip away at this on a daily basis, and this is a lot of work regularly if I want to, like, properly conserve it. But, you know, I'm on a time limit here. I have until April 19th, or else this stuff is getting sent to the Shadow Realm, so I do want to do it because I do very much like to truly preserve the content around here, not let stuff get lost to the Shadow Realm and stuff. So if someone wants to see, like, the originals of something, they can just find it instead of being one of those content creators where it's like, oh yeah, all the old stuff is just, like, missing nowadays, or you can only watch it in, like, a very specific way. So, you know, this was already causing me a lot of stress on Wednesday. And then immediately the next day of Thursday, my computer dies and I have to spend the next 2 days, like, doing whatever I can to get it working again. And now, not only do I have, like, 10,000 hours of content to sort out getting over to YouTube and stuff, but I also have my computer here that I have to sort out getting everything put on it again after my PC got reset. So, yeah. Oh yeah, couldn't attend is still on the layout there, I'm just now noticing. So that, if that text still stays there because it's at the top. Because I never moved that down here. I can move it down here now. There we go. So, yeah. Needless to say, it has been a extremely stressful past few days here for me. But hey, I'm able to play, like, a fun game that I enjoyed many years ago, Pokémon Conquest, to help take the edge off a little bit and all that. So, yeah. So now there's, like, the full context leading up to this. I got another Eevee, nice. But yeah, at least things are working, but I have a metric shit ton of work ahead of me on both, like, my computer and my content front. So, yeah, I'm not exactly in the greatest of moods when it comes to that all. Pupper's pretty cute here, though, huh? That's a good de-stressor. So, yeah. I have no idea. I haven't played this game in so many years. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would say Google probably knows. But yeah, so I'm getting tired, gonna go crash, and maybe if you decide to do the entire story in one stream, I'll be back. I'm not doing the entire story in one stream. I have to get up at a decent hour to work on my fuel tank tomorrow. Well, today, it's after midnight. So I can't be staying up all night. I would like to do this in, like, 2 or 3 streams, like, do it across this weekend, essentially. Maybe start at a more reasonable hour tomorrow, since, you know, this is working again. So, yeah, I'll get through it this weekend, but in terms of my other stream stuff, I think I have a lot more setup to do before I can stream some of my other games. It's kind of what it's seeming like. So, yeah, appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, Lancer. Hope you have an awesome rest of the night there. Oh, okay, well, there's the answer on that front. So, yeah. As I mentioned earlier in this playthrough, anyone tuning into this, any links in the description that are, like, Twitch full uncut VODs, yeah, as of April 19th, 2025, those are going to lead to nothing. Or maybe earlier if I start, I'm probably going to have to start hand deleting some stuff. Because I have some speedrun leaderboard submissions that I don't want to get deleted because the videos are hosted off of Twitch. And if I don't want Twitch to, like, choose what gets deleted, I have to manually delete stuff and have it go down under the cap. So, yeah, in the very near future, there's going to be a lot of links on my channel that are just dead and lead to nothing. And I'm not going to be able to sort through, like, the insane amount of videos I have on my channel, updating every single link. So, yeah. Everything that's, like, from before mid-February 2025 that says, like, full VODs, find the link here. That's going to be a dead link from here on. And it's only from this point onward that's going to direct to, like, the thing that actually does last long-term. You know? So if you look at a link in this description on YouTube after the fact to see, like, full streams, uncut VODs, you should be able to find a YouTube playlist, because YouTube isn't going to randomly delete my stuff. It should just be there. So, yeah, just as a little bit of a heads up there. And know that from this point onward, you can find, like, uncut VODs that should actually be preserved into the future, but all the ones that I thought were preserved into the future before aren't. So, yeah. Yeah. The little PSA about that. Alright, who the heck do I want to get rid of? Let's maybe leave in the Charmander here. Here, let's get rid of, like, you two, how about? That sounds good to me. There we go. And then I can put in you guys. Both of you. Come over here, join my main squad. Come on over here. I do like there's like the little blimp thing so you can go right over. Okay, so it looks like it prioritizes putting up like the unique ones. So I gotta update my layout now. Is what I gotta do. Let's see here. I can close the thing for those codes. How to unlock password. Yeah, all these Google searches about Pokémon Conquest. And nice. Glad to hear it. I gotta find an Oshawott now. Which is going to be right here. Whoops, I just opened image in new tab. I need a save image. And in addition to that, been working on my fuel tank here the past couple days. Considering my truck is over 70 years old. That is a great many decades to be building up rust and a whole bunch of gunk and stuff. So this past winter, I had the fuel tank removed from my truck and taken to someone to get steam cleaned. And it was steam cleaned, but there was still a lot of rust in there. And I need Snivy here. Save image as Snivy. Like that. And then the warlords here, I'm gonna need to save images of them when I find them here. I'ma find them, just you wait. So, I ended up picking up, like, a really heavy-duty cleaner kit to help, like, get rid of a bunch of the rust. And there's, like, 4 things in there, and you have to mix stuff together with water or itself and really run it through the, tank. Think you're also gonna head out, got an early start for work tomorrow. Fair enough there. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the night. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Hey, it's Dale. Hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Hopefully better than my past couple nights here. Moto Chica, let's see here. So I'll do that, save that, and then the other dude right here, go ahead and save him. So there was a bit of a rust cleaner degreaser thing first and foremost that the kit came with like 2 bottles of, and it said mix it with like hot water, about the same amount as like the cleaner degreaser, and then just like shake the tank around and make sure that it's I don't know where you find Oshawott. Not a clue, I just have this dudo recruited, is all I have. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and add them. Image Moto Chica. I have no idea how it's spelled. I kind of want to make sure that I'm getting this right here. Moto Chica. Yeah, it is the way that I thought. Like this. So with my dad, we ended up going into the garage today and mixing one of those bottles together with warm water, putting into the fuel tank, using just tin tape and duct tape to try and cover the openings as best we could so it wouldn't be leaking. Mix that whole mixture together of water and the cleaner and put a whole bunch of like old nuts and bolts in there, and basically would spend half an hour taking turns shaking the whole thing around, turning it up and down and all around this big heavy fuel tank so all the nuts in the cleaner like go around and knock rust off and stuff like that. So did that, taking turns for half an hour, and because it was really bad rust and the kit came with like 2 of those kits, or the kit came with 2 of those cleaners in case it was like bad enough that you had to use both of them. We did decide to use the other one, and I mean when it poured out of that, when it poured out of the bottom of the tank, come on, Moto Chica here, boody bop, like it was extremely rusty water mixture. Like it very clearly got a lot of stuff, so we were like, yeah, we're definitely using the second round of cleaner here. So that's what we did, and then went at it again for like another half an hour, rinsed it both times, and like it's seeming so bad that we might use cleaner another time because it is getting a lot of rust out of there. You can clearly see in the water. Yeah, 70 plus years will do a whole lot to that. But now, like, my whole upper body is just completely sore from having this massive fuel tank and moving around and turning it and shaking it around and all that. So yeah, my arms are extremely sore. So that's why I was saying at the beginning of the stream I want to play with controller rather than have my arms for mouse and keyboard, because I just want my arms to be at rest. Like, they are pretty destroyed is the case. So quite the thorough workout earlier today was definitely the case. So let's see here, copy, paste, duplicate. So tomorrow pick up some more of that cleaner, put it through, and then we'll do like the metal prep stuff where it like coats and the whole thing, where it's like shake it around a little bit, but then just kind of leave it sitting, and then every half hour like change the way that's sitting so that like seals onto like all of the surfaces. And then we use like an actual sealer thing in a can and mix it together and put it in there, and it should form like a layer where it should help prevent rust and stuff. And it's a bit of a process. So I'm dealing with all these computer issues and all these Twitch issues that I'm trying to sort out here as best I can, while trying to sort out this stuff with my truck at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I'm I'm kind of going a little bit crazy about some of the stuff here. Here, I can delete this stuff here now. Boody bop, remove that. The swaddle dude, turn you off in case I enable you again later, I guess. This guy, I'm gonna move over to here for now. Numero 6. And then the Charmander guy that I'm leaving in for now, I'm gonna move him over to here like that. There we go. And then I need to add your Oshawott. If I can actually spell Oshawott, not that it matters. In OBS, I'm the only one that sees it, but I very much like to have it be actually set up right. So Oshawott.png. Make you about the size-ish of these other ones. Yeah, ignoring the tail for the size. Maybe a little bit smaller here or something. There we go. Copy, paste, duplicate. Well, come on, paste, duplicate if I actually can here. Oshawott 2. Filters, color correction, and then boop. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. Not Oshawott 1, Oshawott 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 for a shadow effect. And then the other dude's name here was Motonari. That's what I thought, but just double checking here. Motonari 1. Let's see. So then I select him like this. And I make him about the same size as the other dude here. Like that. Here we go. And I copy that. I paste a duplicate. Like this. I go to filters. Color correction. Down like this. Whoops. Come on. 0.9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels to the right, 1, 2, 3 pixels down. Move this one on top of the other, like that. Oh, big stretch from the pupper. Oh. Hey, Riley. Hey, you're tired, clearly. Then I add Snivy. Hey, Riley? What? You don't want more treats, do you? I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't complain. Great new Snivy. Let's see here. And then Snivy here. What? What's that look for? You want to come over here? Come here, Riley. Come here. Hi. Right now, she's just there. Now my chair kind of hides her. So Snivy here. Oshawott and Snivy. So I can move Snivy. Wah. Right about here-ish. Like that. I need to call you Snivy 1. I missed that the first time. Paste duplicate. Like this. Snivy 2. Filters. Color correction. Brightness all the way down. Set the opacity to 0.9. Leave that under the other one. And then all of these elements, I now take them like that, and I move them down here. Come on. Right there, like that. Now we're all set up. Cool. Look at that. Looks pretty nice, right? What, Riley? Do you need out? You need out or something here? Because I can go let you out quickly if that's what you want. Just put up like the BRB screen here really quickly and take you out. Because you look kind of like you might need something. So I think I might be right back here shortly. In that case. Be back soon.